Hello YouTube here, this is Deadliest Pony coming to you with a dramatic reading of my story, The Equestrian Army. But just now I'm showing you an image of the main character, Nova Sunshine, and yeah, now I'm just going to start reading. Okay. Equestria, a thriving land for ponies everywhere. Protected by the elements of harmony, it's impervious to any intruders. Nothing bad ever happens, and all is nice. But it wasn't always this way. Years ago, there was a dark time, a war that changed the fate of the land and made the peaceful and perfect place it is today. It began one fateful day on the hills just outside Seval City, one of the earlier settlements. Nova Sunshine, a young, intelligent mercenary with a red mane and tail, yellow body, and light pink eyes, hoof-picked by Princess Celestia herself by her resourcefulness and her ability to track any pony and every pony she needed to. She was headed to Gallop Town to investigate the disappearances of some bunnies in the area. Nova was walking on her way. Without the corner of her eye, she saw a small orange motion in the woods to the left. She assumed it's nothing but a trick of the mind, given that she was up all night tracking diamond thieves across town. She continues onward towards town, forgetting it ever happened. After a few minutes of climbing the hills of the beautiful meadow, she saw an unusual sight, a bright red light source in the general direction of the town. She decided to investigate while making her way there. As Nova got closer, she saw more peculiar sights. Tall, black structures stood eerily on stone ruins, almost like ruins. There were no signs of life, not even a plant. As she got closer to the main sources of light, she heard loud, blood-curdling screams that would make ordinary ponies quiver in eternal fear. But not Nova, for her father was slain right in front of her very eyes. She was hardened and not scared one bit, though she had much concern for the ponies making the screams. Armed with a PK-49 sniper rifle and an NS-16 pistol, she continued onward, not afraid to use them. It didn't take long to Nova to realize that she was in the middle of a burning city, and that city was Gallop Town. She started searching frantically for survivors. She searched in almost every building she came across, lifting falling chunks of walls, searching around every corner, and even inside currently burning buildings. Despite her efforts, she found no ponies, no life, alive or dead. Nova was too late. She decided to go back to Seval City and report to this princess immediately. She started running to get back as fast as she could, and when she was almost out of the town, she saw a little purple foal, the only survivor of the blaze. It was standing there calmly, like nothing happened. It was probably too young to understand tragedy or life-and-death situations. Nova started to pick up the foal when she heard movement other than herself and the foals. Nova turned around to the glare of a red creature, covered in bright red flames. There was no doubt in her mind that it alone reduced the cities to ashes and embers. Nova quickly swiped the foal off the ground and secured it to the strap that she used to hold her rifle, and began sprinting towards the meadow. She didn't want to fight something that she never seen before, or even knew existed. Once she exited the city and started entering the meadow just outside, she realized that if she ran into the meadow, the creature would follow, and simply burn it as well. Luckily, there was a river nearby that would stop it cold, if she could lead it to it. Nevertheless, she started running towards the stream. The beast never broke its line of sight with Nova in an everlasting leer. Nova jumped over the river and looked back at the creature. It was still following her, slowly. It walked down the bank and in the river, never breaking its line of sight. It walked straight into the river. When it was completely submerged, Nova calmly turned around, placed the foal on the ground, and started guiding it back to Seval City. But the fight was not over. Amazingly, the creature resurfaced what should have been a cold end. Shortly afterwards, it let out a ground-shattering battle cry and charged at Nova faster than ever. This regained her attention, and she evaded the creature's attack barely in time, but not fast enough. The creature got close enough for its fire to burn her rear right leg. In addition, in her haste, she left the foal, putting it in the mercy of the beast. Nova was down, and the creature, flames brighter than ever, started towards her. Nova knew that if she didn't do something, the foal would be dead before it could even strike it down. As fast as she could, she took her pistol and fired one shot into the air to get the beast's attention. It worked, but she still didn't have much time. Now the beast was charging at Nova again, and she was still down. But now she was still shooting to kill. With one hoof, she fired her pistol multiple times, unloading the entire clip. This, however, was very inaccurate, and most shots missed. The few that did had little effect on the beast, but did slow it down. This gave Nova the time she needed to recover after a few more seconds. She was able to stand up again, but just before the beast got close. She evaded the strike and began to pull out her sniper rifle, the only thing left that could stop it. But the creature got smarter and started using its own projectiles. The beast shot a beam of fire at her. She evaded, but in exchange still didn't have enough time to pull out her rifle. The beast shot more fire at her, and it missed every time, but Nova still didn't have enough time to finish it off. The creature grew tired and returned its attention back to the foal. It knew it couldn't fight back. Nova finally had her chance to end it all, but there was absolutely no margin for error, or the foal will die. She only had one shot. She pulled out her rifle, held it firmly in her hooves, held her breath, and pulled the trigger. She missed. The beast shot its fire at the foal, and Nova could do nothing but watch and reload her rifle. Suddenly, a field of energy surrounded the foal, saving its life. Only the foal was responsible for it. Nova was awestruck, but did not hesitate and took the second shot. The bullet penetrated deep within its skull, assuming it had one, and the beast fell to the heated dirt below. After a few seconds, its fire decreased, from red to yellow to orange to blue to nothing. She examined the metal shell it had for a body, cold to the touch. They began their journey back to Cheval City once more. She now took a closer look at the foal. It was a female unicorn with purple hair. Nova decided to raise the pony as her own, and named her Twilight Sparkle.